Hello, my name is Margaret de Heinrich de Omorovicza, and I'm here at Look Fantastic. Interestingly, it was anyone can be beautiful, and that doesn't come without work. When I was growing up, I have to say I was not a conventional beauty. Surprise, surprise. But I loved beauty, and my mother was very beauty conscious, and I wanted to look pretty. And instead of my mother saying, which she did, you're wonderful, you're amazing, and there was a great amount of unconditional love, but it was also, well, you have to work at it. You have to, be healthy. You have to brush your hair. You have to wash your face. You have to take attention to these things. And at the time, I remember thinking that it was a little bit tough, but at the same moment, it also instilled kind of an ethic in me that if you want something, you can make it happen. I would encourage them to look up and look around them, and to think of beauty as a catalyst, something to inspire them to be the best they can be, to reach their potential, to exceed expectations and to reach their potential. My mother had an enormous role in shaping me, and it really was about instilling confidence in me, but not confidence which was vapid and empty, by saying I was, spectacular when in things that I was not, but praising effort. So when she saw me working hard, she would say, great effort, amazing effort. And when I was not, I have a, kind of a natural way of being a bit, lazy, she would say, that you could have done better. But at the same time, there was unconditional love, and when I did go for something, she would recognize that, and that gave me great confidence. When I was 20, it was I had a blast, obviously. Who in their 20s does not have a blast? But I was quite anxious. And so there was a lot of anxiety of, will I make the right move? Will I love what I do? Because I knew I was going to have to love something if I was going to do it well. And so looking back some years now at my 20-year-old self, when I have made so many mistakes, I have made quite a few missteps. Interestingly, I would not say a thing. I would not say a thing because it has been the journey. Every heartache, every mistake, every issue which I have struggled with, and really struggled with, on some of them, has been an awakening for me. And so I wouldn't say a thing, because I would just give myself a hug and say, you are loved for what you are and for what you are not. And say, enjoy yourself. That's what I would say. I would. And that makes me cry. Just saying. Yeah. I love that she's quirky. My mother is seriously quirky. She's someone who's fiercely independent. She knows herself. She is very strong, but she's very quirky. And she's also wildly accepting, in that she always said, if you want to be a ditch digger, be a ditch digger, but be the best ditch digger you can be. I mean, that's probably what all of our mothers say to us, and you're like, whatever. But it's true, and she lived that. And also something that was very interesting is, I think often if one leads by example, it's quite strong. And when she was just turned 50, and I was in university, she decided to change her life, and she decided to move to Paris and go to cooking school and come back and open a restaurant. And restaurants are very hard work. You have to be there early, and it's intense, it's competitive. And I think the lesson she illuminated for me by living it was that you're never too old to change. If you want to do something, do it. Be tenacious about it. And I think that was powerful for me as a young woman growing up to see that and to see her go through that struggle, but make it happen. So I would say that's a great lesson I learned from her. I have to say, I have openly struggled, really struggled with that. And as my colleagues have seen, you know, it's not been easy. It's not been a path which is laid out for me, because you know, having 4 children is an enormous responsibility, and then as well having a company with a growing number of wonderful colleagues is an enormous responsibility. And to balance those, with integrity and with results is tough. And so it's an ongoing struggle, but it's one that I have dived into and am loving. But it's a balancing act, and it's one that admittedly I don't do flawlessly. But luckily I've got great employees and colleagues, and my children have got a great sense of humor, and my husband is amazing. And so we're just kind of discovering it all together. You know, it's interesting because I'm discovering this myself as one goes along, and it's something I'm very passionate about. I'm passionate about it because I'm curious, I'm in the business, but I'm also passionate about it because I need it. I need that to help me balance the scales. And it's my colleague and I, Samia, were talking about this on the way up, that it's actually quite simple, which is refreshing, but surprising as well, that in an age of such complexities, that a solution, an answer could be so simple. And it really is about being healthy, about you know, eating well, exercising, going out and listening to music, and you know, going to museums and having all of this stimulus to inspire us and to help us see things differently and with focus and with more enjoyment, I would say.